It's hard to sum up a year filled with challenges, upheavals, and educational success stories, which led to the forming of an innovative model of leadership in unity, despite the challenging reality we've all been experiencing the past few months. To understand how this wonder came about, we must go back to the beginning. Many people talk about values, society, community, and the optimal school climate. Few actually implemented. Achdut Unity School decided to take up the challenge and establish the first societal school according to the principles of social-based learning in Haifa County, Israel. It is a school that evaluates the quality of education by the quality of social relations among all the parties in the educational process. On the very first meeting with the school principal, Mor Oren, we became convinced that we had a real partner on our side.
I feel that we have reached a certain level of ripening of the team and some very deep need.
Mor had decided that that would be the direction where she would lead her school, leadership in unity, and she would let nothing stop her. The foundation of every innovative educational program is its educators. For the process to percolate into the classrooms, they must be enthralled with the idea. They must become a community, a society.
Everyone believes in the process, supports it, and is very excited to begin.
We're pretty keen on helping one another, which is really the most important thing.
Building a community is not a simple thing to do. It requires changing paradigms and habits, from competition to cooperation, from partisanship to mutual responsibility, from loneliness to unity, from accountability only to oneself to accountability before the whole group, from achievement-based individual evaluation to social evaluation based on effort and contribution to the collective, and from individual leadership to leadership in unity. The educators had to experience all these things on themselves first in order to be able to later to convey them to the children. Children are like sponges. They immediately sense in what mood the teacher walked into the classroom. They can also clearly tell when words come from the heart and when they are phony. When the teachers at Achdut School went into the classroom as a community, the children sensed it and absorbed that unity directly into their hearts.
This connection makes me feel happy. The kids give love, affection, feelings that move each other.
A lot of connection. We simply need to have connection.
A morning of connection. Older tutoring younger. Optimal handling of conflicts. These were some of the immediate benefits achieved in the classroom. All the while, work had also been done with the children's parents. Since education does not end at school, an impactful educational process must continue at home as well. At first, it was important for the staff to meet the parents and tell them about the processes happening at the school. Next, the parents had to go through the same experience that their children were experiencing at school each day.
We sat at a restaurant for dinner and they were discussing a disagreement between them. They would not give up until they reached an agreement. To me, that demonstrated the maturity they had gained from this process.
In the third stage, the children wanted to portray to their parents what true social discourse looks like. A true social school cannot keep to itself. It must pass on the spirit of unity and volunteering to the community. This is where the idea to reach out to the Omets Club at Goshen Community Centre came from. Omets is a social club for retired elderly people with physical and emotional disabilities, and the idea was to give the people at the club some joy. At first we were hesitant about the meeting, and we didn't know how the children would handle the meeting with disabled people, but the kids exceeded all our expectations. They prepared themselves professionally, conducted moving activities, and drew profound conclusions from the venture.
Each person is different, but you must accept the different.
It's fun to help and give of yourself to people who are less fortunate.
The school began to gain renown. The children thrived and the teachers went from strength to strength. It seemed like we were heading for a revolution. And then came COVID. Only when COVID-19 struck did we truly discover how the social resilience that was built before the crisis has become the basis of the partnership, accountability, creativity, and community atmosphere that manifested themselves in real time once the pandemic broke out. The teachers rediscovered the connections among them, but on a deeper level. They helped each other out and in many ways reinvented themselves. The parents were exposed to the unique educational work of the teachers through the computer screens. met on virtual parents' meetings that gave them much needed confidence and strength. And the children set an example of true bonding, caring for each other, embracing one another, albeit virtually, and bridging the gap of distance and location. Just before the year's end came, the cream of the crop. The school relocated to a new and special building that included designated areas for optimal work among the children. We are starting the most challenging school year in the history of the educational system. The organisers are toiling over the right way to incorporate the social aspect in every subject. The curriculum includes routines that will enable them to begin and end the day with moving social activities in both the virtual and physical arenas. The social tutoring will be incorporated into the work of educators in the school, and the parents are also keen to take part and cope together with the challenging time that the coronavirus is bound to impose on us. We feel that while the entire educational system is in turmoil, Achdut School is an island of serenity that radiates confidence and hope to everyone around it. Who would believe that we are only at the end of our first year?